And may the Spirit of God protect you at all costs. Any evil decree and pronouncement against your life, may it be nullified. May it not come into fulfillment. God bless you and bless you.
TV is the place to be. It's a real world experience and I can't see any other life I'd rather be living. I'm spending my whole day here and I don't wanna leave. My girlfriend's calling, but I won't pick up. 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 You can keep me in your pocket. You can keep me in your pocket. You can keep me in your pocket. You can keep me in your...
Alright, as the imperial wave of broadcasting engulf your living rooms, permit me to bring my warmest regard to your end. I believe that the Holy Spirit is so gracious enough to an extent where He has given us an opportunity. So hopefully you are swimming in the pot of health. I am the great white head of Parafor, and I believe that by the end of this video, you are going to be a blessing unto your own self and your generation here and the ones that are yet unborn. Your generations will become profound of you and you become grateful unto you, because after listening to this audio, a lot will happen in your life. God bless you and bless you so much. Today too, we are on the mainstream show entitled Shadows and Spirit, and the topic within this Shadows and Spirit is Hexes and Curses. Have you ever heard about Hexes and Curses? I believe for sure that you might have heard about Hexes and Curses. How and when and where did you hear these words? Maybe you have had a personal experiences with these hexes and curses, or maybe you have a friend, somebody who is very close to you, who have also have a challenge in the field of hexes and curses. Let me tell you that hexes and curses really exist. It runs through diverse forms of culture in the nations of our world. When you travel to every part of the world, hexes and curses are there. In the olden days, what normally happened is that during the times of these Egyptians and the Grecians, they normally place curses on tombs and temples to ward off intruders and looters who normally invade this particular scene and steal something from there. So they normally place these hexes and curses over there to ward off people. They normally use curses to protect a given environment which is not allowed for humanity to access. So they try invoking the dark energy and making pronouncement or a decree over that particular said place to keep people from accessing that scene. Many have happened when it comes to curses. Many believe in it, and they have this perception that curses and hexes can cause humanity misfortune, can harm you, or to an extent of even taking your life. So when it comes to the continent of Africa, majority of the tribes here don't joke with hexes and curses because it has a consequent deleterious effect. Many people who have had one-on-one encounter or a personal experience with hexes and curses are type of people who will never love to joke with it. When we take our religious bodies, for instance, in the Islamic world, in the Christianity world, and other religions, they all believe in hexes and curses. And I also believe in it, and I believe you're a believer, so you believe in the hexes and curses. Now let me take you back to the scriptures. According to the book of Joshua chapter 6 verse number 26, when Joshua had destroyed Jericho, he laid a curse on Jericho, thereby saying that anybody who rises to rebuild Jericho, that person will lay the foundation of Jericho with his firstborn, and then install the gates of Jericho with his lastborn. Now, after making this curse over Jericho, Joshua left. But because Joshua was working with God, it took effect in the realms of the spirit. So the book of Kings, the book of First Kings, went on to confirm that when Ahab became a king, there was somebody who rose to prominence called Ahir, who had the intention of rebuilding Jericho. Now, when he began laying a foundation, he lost his first son called Benadab. Now, after rebuilding Jericho, he intended to place gate or install gate at the entrance of Jericho. And what happened was that he went on to lose his last born. So you see, curses really works. It predates time, ancient times, when there is misunderstanding, grievances, anger, fear. Anybody who experiences some of these things, discontent, can lay a curse on that particular object or the person to which he feels disrespected, or the person that provoked that said personality. When you provoke somebody, when you say something, when you do something that is highly unprecedented in the annals of that person, the person can go ahead and lay a curse or perform some hexes against your life. And if you are not strong and prayerful spiritually, I am telling you that it will take effect. Why? Because Joshua laid a curse on Jericho, and it happened. It took effect. When Ahir tried rebuilding Jericho, he laid the foundation of Jericho at the expense of his own firstborn. So somebody who is very powerful and has annexed power, the supernatural powers, can use it against you, can lay a curse on you. Many a times, people normally curse people or an object when they don't feel comfortable, when that particular thing they have cursed irritates them, when it provokes them, when they are not content with it, they are not pleased with it, they can lay a curse on that particular entity or an object. Another example was when Jesus was passing by, and then he was very angry. It is recorded right there in scriptures. And when he got to the tree, it had not bear any fruit, and he cursed that tree, and all of a sudden it became withered. So curses and hexes really works. Your brother can lay a curse, your mom can lay a curse, your father can lay a curse if only you disrespect them. When you don't go according to their will and you go against them, when you disrespect your parent, they can lay a curse or a hex on you, and it will take effect. Why? Because they are the one who gave birth to you. So whatever that they say upon your life or decree will surely come into fulfillment. The same thing happened in the Bible when Reuben disrespected his father, thereby taking the concubine of his father into bed and having a sexual intercourse with her. What happened was that Jacob became furious and was not pleased with the actions of his firstborn Reuben. So when he called all of these children together, the pronouncement that he made over Reuben was that he would never be established in life. And until today, that suspended word is still activated. It's still working against the family and the tribe of Reuben. The same thing also happened to Noah when Ham disrespected his father. When Noah was drunk and was lying down naked, instead of Ham to take up something and cover the nakedness of his father, he never did so. He rather went out there and told his brothers And the brothers were also playing with their friends. So when he said that to the brothers, the friends of his brothers wanted to come in and look at the nakedness of their father. So when Noah woke up, he made a pronouncement over the life of his own son, Ham. This thing has continued on time. It runs through cultures, it runs through traditions, various denominations of religious bodies. It runs through, and all believe in the hexes and curses. When you do something to somebody and the person is not pleased, and you don't render an apology, and that person is deeply rooted in dark energy, they can use it against you. They can curse you, and it will take effect, irrespective of whom you think you are. If you are not well grounded spiritually in prayers and in fasting, and not just prayers and fasting for that sake, when you are not rooted in the Holy Spirit, when you're not fully filled, when you're not overflowed in the Holy Spirit, and you temper with some of these people, they will not take it lightly with you. They will make a curse and it will take effect. Because I've seen countless of people whose life have been destroyed by hexes and curses. Sometimes hexes and curses, when people lay those pronouncements and decrees over your life, they charge it with incantation. They charge it with invoking deities. Remember that anybody who curses you and it takes effect has a deity that he or she bows to. Why? Because all these people that have made mention of their names in the Bible, who made pronouncement and decree a curse over those who destabilized their life, over those whom they were not pleased with, over those who troubled them in life, they were all serving God, and God is a spirit being. So everybody who lays a curse on you, sometimes that person worships a deity or God. He has the power of God in him. So because of that, that energy has charged the tongue of that person. So whatever that the person will say will go against you. I've seen many people whose life have been destroyed by a curse. Sometimes they challenge those people and they use curses against them. I have given you a biblical examples cited right there in the Bible where Noah used a curse against his own son, when Jacob used a curse against his own son, when Jericho used a curse against the town called Jericho. All these things goes on to confirm. Another example right there in scriptures was about the prophet Elisha, when the 42 children were making fun of him and he never liked it. What he did was that he laid a curse on them, and all of a sudden leopard came from nowhere and then ate those children. So cursings runs through cultures, diverse forms of all cultures in the world. All these religious bodies, they believe in it. The sorcerers, the wizards, the fetish priest, the bishop, the prophet, the apostle, the teacher, the pastor, all these people, they can use a curse against you and it will take effect. Especially in the continent of Africa, where we don't joke with an elderly person. When you are young and upcoming and you disrespect somebody who is older than you and who has grown in age, in Africa it is believed that when you do such kind of a thing, when you exhibit certain attitude towards grown-up people who exceed 60, 50 years and above, automatically you have incurred a curse upon your life. So in the continent of Africa, all the tribes, we don't joke with the people who have grown in age. We don't joke with people who have attained to their old age. We always show them maximum respect, because we believe that for a person to grow to that years, it means that he has connections with nature. He has connections to certain deities to which we are not aware of it. They have connections to entities who operates from a different dimensions, a spirit beings. We have that perception and we believe it, that nobody can just walk just like that. They have something behind them that they do, in which you can't see, because it is full of secrecy. It is shrouded in secrecy, so you can't see. So when we go out, what we normally do is that we accord each and every one that we meet on the road who is older than us, we accord them respect. We don't disrespect them. Even when they say something and we don't agree with them, we don't talk back. It shows a sign of disrespect. So when we were growing up across the continent of Africa, we were taught not to talk back to an elderly person, because when you do that, it shows disrespect. We were taught not to disrespect somebody who is in position, like these, our kings and queens and paramount chiefs that we have in the society. Authority has been wielded in their hands, so we don't just disrespect those people and go scot-free. So when you disrespect bodies of that type who are in positions and in authorities, they can use their office against you, and it will take effect if you are not strong spiritually. Sometimes majority of the people who are dying prematurely is as a result of this higher inclination in disrespect among the youth to the elderly people in the society. Even though when an elderly person says something and you are not in content with it, what normally happens is that you can share your thought without disrespecting the person. But in these end times, since the inception of these social media, the YouTube, the Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and other platforms, most of the youth have been using their channels, their platforms, to disrespect the elderly people in the society. And when you disrespect somebody and it doesn't go well with the person can use a curse, will use a negative pronouncement against you, and it will take effect. So curses are something that runs through our culture and folklores. We believe in it. We believe in it. I've given you a biblical sightings right there in the Bible on various instances where a curse was made and it worked. Jesus did the same thing when he was not content with the production of that tree. Elisha the prophet was not content with the attitude of the children. The great Jacob laid a curse on his own son and it took effect. So if you are watching me, you've got to be very careful. You can't just get up and disrespect people anyhow. When you disrespect people, when you lie against people, when you bear false witness against people, they can use a curse against you. And sometimes it works. In the continent of Africa, Ghana to be precise, when you come to the Akan community, they are people that when you lie against them, when you bear a false witness against them, what they will do is that they will invoke a water deity, either a water goddess, and curse you with it. And because they have involved a deity, a principality, a demon in their curses, it normally works faster. When you go to the other continent, the other part of the world, Benin, Ivory Coast, and Nigeria, it also happened the same thing. When you lie against somebody, when you bear false witness against somebody, what normally happens is that the person will take you to a deity to swear, to take an oath if whatever that you're saying is of truth. And sometimes you can't go to the deity and lie just like that. When you lie, the deity will take your life. When you lie in front of a deity, that deity will kill you. So in the continent of Africa, we don't joke with hexes. We don't joke with curses. And everybody does it. Everybody does what we call a curse. When an action being engineered towards you, when you don't like it, the only option left for you is a curse. A married wife can use a curse against the husband. It works. If only what she is saying is of the truth. A husband can use a curse against the wife if what the wife is doing hurts him so much. He can use a curse against you and it will take effect. Unless maybe you go back and render an apology, and this man will consider and then leave the curse over you. So curses and hexes is something that predates time. Back then in the ancient times, in the Egyptians, in the Grecians, in these great empire that has come and fallen, all these people believe in the existence, the actions and power of hexes and curses. Many have used it and they have seen the outcome of it. Sometimes you can incur the wrath through a curse or a hex from a deity. More especially you people who were born into a family where a deity resides in it. You people who have an altars in your family. When the family decides to disrespect that deity can make a pronouncement, a curse or a hex against you people's life, and it will haunt you. It will haunt you. It will haunt you. So you see, a curse is something that runs through our culture, that runs through our religious body. Many people have used it and it worked. Many people are still under a curse because as time goes on, day in and day out, we always engage in confrontations with people. And whatever that you say, if it doesn't go well with the person and you don't find something better to tell the person, and you think you can just say anything and go scot-free, it is never like that in the rest of the spirit. You don't necessarily know what somebody has in his own secret abode. Some of the people, they have what we call deities shrouded in secrecy. They perform all forms of incantation. They kill animals, sacrifice animals, and use their blood to appease their gods. So when we talk about the life of these people, their gods and deities are very active. So when you dare them, when you disrespect them, when you say something that didn't go well with these people, they will hunt you down, they will take you down, they will do things to destroy your life. Many people's their life have been destroyed because of hexes and cases, because every day people keep on hurting people, people keep on lying against people, people keep on bearing false charges against people. And when such happen, that person to which you have witnessed evilly against will not take it lightly with you. So I always try to tell people that when you go out, try as much as possible and be kind to all and sundry. Everybody that you meet on the way, try and be kind to them, because you might not know where that person is coming from, what he or she does secretly. You don't know. Some of these people, they have their goals, their deities shrouded in secrecy, and they have been doing a lot of stuff for these deities. And the deity will not sit down for you to say something just to jeopardize the person, just to disrespect the person. So guard yourself at all costs. Now, there are effects of curses. If your father curses you, there are effects of it. If your mom curses you, there are effects of it. When you do something that goes contrary to the rules of engagement, when you do something against somebody, when you make somebody to become bitter, the person can use a curse or a hex against you and it will take effect. We have the physical effect of curse, and some of these physical effect is that a curse can make you die prematurely. I have seen a family whose members were dying prematurely because one of the family member went out there and bear a false charge against somebody, and it didn't go down well with the person. So the person went to a water goddess and pledged his allegiance to that water goddess, and the water goddess gave out a promise to the person that It will revenge on whatever that the person has done or said against. So what happened? When the time was due for the water goddess to revenge against that thing that that particular said family member went out to do, they began dying prematurely, one after the other. So when somebody targets you with the intention of taking you down through the capacity of a curse, that person can do it if only you have done the person a wrong thing. If only you have withstood against that person wrongfully and it's not of right, the person can use a curse against you and it will work. So the physical harm to which a curse and a hex can bring onto somebody's life is an untimely death. A curse can make you die prematurely through any means, either through a gory accident, a cataclysmic activity, engage in a confrontation, a fight with somebody, and the person will fight you and kill you. It normally happens, and it is of reality. You can be suffering from an ailment. When somebody curses you, that person can curse you with an ailment, a disease to which you can cure. You visit various hospitals, and yet no medical expert can assist you and heal you. It happened in the times of Moses, when Moses was carrying the power of God and the Egyptians disrespected him. He went to the land of the Egyptians and laid upon them a curse. He brought boils upon these Egyptians, and it worked. So boils, sleep paralysis, all forms of diseases can be used as a curse and can be used to lay upon your life, and it will take effect. Many of the people, the sicknesses that they are going through, this chronic ailment, is as a result of a curse. Maybe their great-grandparent might have done something wrong to somebody, or they themselves might have done something wrong to somebody, and instead of them to apologize, they never did so. So the person whom they provoked, whom they wronged, the person whom they did something to, and it didn't go down with that person, thereby laying a curse onto their life. They never apologize. So sometimes it is very important when you do something wrong to somebody, you just say, I'm sorry. Try as much as possible and make peace with that person, because you don't know whatever that will happen afterwards when you leave the presence of that person. So most of these chronic diseases where people are experiencing and facing life, going from hospitals to hospitals, you might not know it's as a result of curses and hexes. It's a decree that people have made upon their life. So take very good of yourself. Another harm through which a curse can bring upon somebody is an emotional harm. Somebody can curse you, and every now and then you become angry. You meet people from all walks of life, and none of these people can bring any sort of happiness into your life. Why? Because it has been a pronouncement has been made upon your life that anybody who comes into your life must bring you grief, must try and then say something to irritate you. That person must provoke you. That person must cause you pain. So you can go through emotional trauma. People can hurt you for no reason. People can do things to take away your happiness and make you remain in pain and hide behind things and weep bitterly as a result of a curse. Somebody can stand at night and curse you that you will never be happy in this world. It happens, and it can work. So sometimes be very careful. A curse can bring about what we call emotional defect or harm. The another one is financial difficulty, the most paramount among all the curses after death. What next is financial difficulty. People can lay a curse on you and you suffer till death. Majority of the sufferings in Africa is as a result of a curse and pronouncements. Hexes. Our great-grandparent, they went to people, they went to certain deities for a help, and they couldn't pay back. They couldn't go back to say thank you to the deities to which they visited for help. And these deities have become angry at us, being the descendant of that person. So sometimes a curse could be laid upon your generations in which you're not aware. They can integrate a curse through the patterns of your bloodline, and it will work. So majority of the family people in the world who are going through a lot, suffering financially, going through debt, poverty, hardship, struggles, not getting food to eat, life fighting them here and there, are as a result of a curse. Either they themselves incur that curse, because you can do something to somebody and the person will curse you. Why? Because Isaac, as a father, cursed Esau to suffer in life. Because when Esau went to his father Isaac, all what he said was that the blessings, I've got none. I've given all my blessings to Jacob. The only one left is a curse. But after the curse, you can work and do something about it and lift it. So sometimes somebody can curse you when you do something against somebody. When you do something and it didn't go well with that person, the person can curse you, lay a curse on you and tell you that you suffer. And if that happens, it can take or have a consequent deleterious effect on your life. Majority of the people are suffering in life. These marriage homes that are being broken is as a result of poverty, and the poverty only comes in as a result of a curse or a hex, an evil decree or pronouncement that was made upon the life of that person. So most of the financial difficulties that people go through is as a result of a curse. The next one is a spiritual harm. A curse can be laid upon your life and destroy your spiritual life. Somebody can curse you and destroy your spiritual life. Somebody can curse you and disconnect you from your creator. Somebody can curse you and make you lose contact with your creator. So there are spiritual defects and harm to which a curse brings unto us. Somebody can use a curse to destroy your soul, your spirit, and everything that lives in within you. Somebody can use a curse to destroy you. So be very careful and be guarded at all angles, and see to it that you don't go about wronging people anyhow, because there are some people who are hard-hearted and very wicked. They will not let you go scot-free. They will not forgive you just like that, because they know that they've got power. So when you do them something that doesn't go there with them, they will hunt you with their power. And majority of the curses has its root in dark art, or what we call black magic. And I've already discussed with you what black magic is all about. How people have been harnessing the energy of black magic and using them against people. So a curse is a deadly thing that we shouldn't joke with it. Be very careful that you don't disrespect your parent. You don't go against somebody who has grown in age more than you. Be very careful that you try at all costs and stay out of troubles. There are some curses you might not experience it instantaneously, but as time comes and time goes, in the future, that particular pronouncement will rise up against you in life. So be very watchful. Watch your tongue very well. Watch your actions towards people. Be very polite at all angles and be respectful. Don't go about telling lies, bearing false charges against people. Never do that in your life. Stay calm. Keep on praying as much as you can. Many homes have been destroyed as a result of a curse. Sometimes you can do something against somebody and the person will curse you and hunt you. So on the basis of all the marriage that has been broken, is as a result of a curse. Many homes have been destroyed. Families, loved ones have been destroyed because of a curse. So take very good care of yourself and try at all costs and stay out of a trouble. Subscribe to the channel. God bless you, and may the Spirit of God protect you at all costs. Any evil decree and pronouncement against your life, may it be nullified. May it not come into fulfillment. God bless you and bless you so much.
plentiful, you're strong and kind. Mighty heart and a brilliant mind. Generosity in every game. Change the world in your name. Every day you rise and grind. Lift us up, leave none behind. In your shadow we find the light, guiding us to better heights. Oh, plentiful, to the power, strength and love in every hour. Generosity like summer rain, you shine through every pain. Oh, you the power, strength and love in every hour. Generosity like summer rain, you shine through every pain. In your presence fear subside, kindness is your greatest pride. Every battle you fight to win, bringing hope time and again. When the world feels cold and dark, you ignite that hopeful spark. With a heart so big and wide, bringing hope time and again. Oh, plentiful, you the power, strength and love in every hour. Generosity like summer rain, you shine through every pain. When the world feels cold and dark, you ignite that hopeful spark. With a heart so big and wide,